Yeah, I guess you're right.
I don't believe it.
But the first one, right under our noses for years, sitting in storage, masquerading as an oversized paperweight. I don't believe it.
You have the artifact, right? Everyone is eager to see it.
We're gonna get to the bottom of this. We just need more data, which means more artifacts.
Thank you, brother. I needed to hear that.
I'm sorry, but my mind's made up. But don't hold up on my account. You've earned this. Find out what's on the other side.
That's what I've been saying!
No? Huh. I must have misremembered. Well, if you ever did want to talk about it, I'd be happy to lend an ear. You're asking for a mathematical formula that creates hope, dreams, and love. The differences in thought are situational based on the history of the people whose lives it enhances.
It can't be a coincidence. The Sanctum has always believed that answers are out there in the stars. No, that's not exactly what I meant.
We fought him off as best we could. Well, Noel packed up the artifacts and escaped. I wasn't aware we were competing, but game on. The Sanctum Universum believes that God wanted us to travel the stars. That's gotten us here. Could this be the next step in that journey? We held him off while Noel escaped through the basement. There's a door that leads to the well district.
I'll need some time. Don't hesitate on my account.
I feel like I've been waiting my whole life for this. Constellation, the artifacts. That doesn't sound crazy, does it? Hey, have you been up to the Eye recently? If you're gonna hold a grudge, well, that's your problem, not mine.
It's not over yet. We have to get to the Eye.
It's right here in the city, just a block or so from the lodge. He kept the true meaning of unity from us, from the rest of the Sanctum. Why? I did what I had to do, and I'm at peace with it.
Did I hear that correctly? Something happened at the anomaly?
This is all exciting, but there's really a lot of pressure on us, isn't there? We have to get this right. But maybe that's just looking for another easy way out. I know I should be excited, but I can't stop thinking about the fact that the Keeper knew about the unity but chose to keep it hidden. A moment of divine connection. I've heard others in the church talk about it, but I've never experienced it for myself.
And to imagine, we thought there were only 2 of them at first.
There's more, but those are the parts that speak to me the most. Thank you.
Some other time then. Ha ha. I don't have much time for that kind of thing anymore. So much to do around here, you know?
The unity let you come back? I didn't know that was possible. I don't know. I feel bad, then I feel guilty for feeling bad, and then I feel bad for feeling guilty. I won't lie, I'm a little jealous. I thought I was the one who was onto something. The Keeper told me you have a long journey ahead of you. No, but I have good intentions. That should be enough, right? In fact, I've never really spent the time just jumping, trying to make that connection. Wait, what? I've never heard of this story before. I'm sorry to hear that. An avenging angel coming from heaven. Or a devil from hell. Yeah. Definitely a devil from hell.
If this is the greatest mystery in the universe, why couldn't it be part of the ultimate mystery?
No, I do not. I did say it was a metaphor, didn't I?
I bet it does.
Our essence is what was imagined by its mind. But what we consider imagining and what we consider mind are in fact so far beyond our understanding that even these metaphors are like the tiny whitecaps on a massive surging sea.
But that didn't happen. He's here with the artifact.
Okay. Gotcha. Good talk.
That's not exactly what we mean.
Very funny, Walter. You know Constellation's been keeping me busy.
Another realist has joined our ranks. I'm outnumbered. Our friends are on the Eye.
You could argue we've been veering into the supernatural for a while now. You yourself have powers that seem to defy logical explanation. Take care of yourself, okay? In the next universe. I'm gonna miss these chats of ours. We just need to focus on our next steps. More research, documenting our findings, and not jumping to conclusions, no matter how enticing that might be.
But that didn't happen. They're here, with the artifact.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. I'll try and let it go.
Not a clue. Noel told me, and I have forgotten.
I didn't lose you, did I?
Why don't we hear her out? We know next to nothing. We have everything to gain if she's telling the truth. But why not go with a little intuition? Many great things in our history were discovered because someone had faith it would be there.
You go on without me. I think the Keeper and I are going to be here for a while.
I'll meet you inside.
I understand if you need some time to yourself right now.
Well, okay, fine. Let's see what he says. Or beyond even that. Is the metaphor of avenging angels coming down to keep humanity from forbidden knowledge not apt here?
I'm the villain in this story? I can't believe I'm the one pushing us to be tougher for once.
But he still showed up, didn't he? Isn't persistence a signature trait for an explorer?
I haven't gone on any of the long pilgrimages like some of the others. I know that some can get a little obsessed with it.
Unity. Huh. That's an important concept in Keeper Aquilas' speeches. You think it's connected?
I really thought you'd understand where I'm coming from, Sam. I kind of figured I'd just keep securing religious relics.
That's tempting. Too tempting. I don't think I can risk changing my mind at the moment of truth.
You're on, Walter. Sam was just telling us a story about Sarah and Vladimir that absolutely cannot possibly be true.
I guess there's only one way to find out for certain.
Of course I'd be careful.
Look at you two. I'm jealous. I tried following up on some leads myself, but came back empty-handed.
I feel the same, strangely enough. The inherent contradiction of human nature has once again laughed in my face. That might end up being the understatement of all time.
Maybe that's how our ancestors felt when they were looking up at the stars for the first time. Exactly. Somehow.
Feel free to help yourself at the bar. I don't drink, but I feel like if I did, now would be a good time for one.
Hey, I forget. Where in the settled systems did you say you grew up? When's the last time you went up to see Vladimir?
Go. We'll watch over the ship.
I hope so. They're like nothing we've ever seen, Keeper. Gravitational distortion, sub-audio harmonic sequencing, unidentifiable energy fluctuations.
We'll get through this. We owe it to Sarah.
We're all waiting with bated breath. I don't want to sway you one way or another in your ultimate decision, but I personally think this universe could stand to have you around a little longer.
Anyway, thanks. I think I'm gonna try it. And don't worry, I'll be sure and ask Vladimir for pointers.
You and me both. The implications are staggering. Sorry, I've been pondering something the Keeper told me.
Be good to have you around more, Vlad. Miss your turns on the bar.
Oh. Okay. Sorry, must have confused you with someone else.
If you ever want to swap stories, though.
Oh, I just don't know how he does it. Up there all alone for so long. I was all ready to sit down for what I'm sure would have been weeks of grief. Thank you for saving me from that. I disagree. What's the point of science if not to enable humanity's dreams? And where do those dreams come from? Just remember that you're not going through this alone. We're right here with you. I prefer to consider the intention of the beliefs rather than the precision.
Ah, my fault. Bit of a mix-up then. Well, if you ever want to sit down and laugh about the good old days.
Yes. We don't have a way of knowing whether we really touched the departed with our grief. We just have to have faith.
Andrasia, I keep asking where she's from, and she keeps dodging the question. It's driving me crazy.
Could there really be a secret? What does the Keeper know? We were talking that one time, and you said you were from... where? I can't remember. Was that a subtle dig, Jacob?
What's wrong with a little rivalry here and there? I think it pushes us to be at our best.
Oh, yeah, you really did have an exciting first mission. Pirates, artifacts, powers, all at once. I don't think I understand. Anyway, so I wanted to get Sam's opinion on it, and he pretty much said the same thing. The one thing I'm sure of is that we have to see this through. We need to find the rest of the artifacts.
We appear to have a visitor.
Why don't we hear him out? We know next to nothing. We have everything to gain if he's telling the truth. You found it, didn't you? The meaning of unity. That would be something, no question. You know, the thing. The one with the prongs. Is that what they are? The bit that sort of sticks out with the... you know...
I'm Matteo, theological scholar by trade, but now, well, an explorer like you. It's really good to have you with us.
Look at how far we've come. It's all becoming so overwhelming. The Starborn, the artifact visions, the music. Is it all worth it? The thing is, I've heard that word before. It's an important concept in Keeper Aquilas's speeches. What you said about the unity. Keeper Aquilas knew so much, but kept it from us. I wonder why.
I'd like to, get in shape, do some working out. So I asked Vladimir for some tips, and he basically said weightlifting was a bad idea.
And how come you know about it when I don't?
It is. And it's good to have you here with us.
Not necessarily, no, but it does kind of have the hallmarks of one, doesn't it? I'm certainly not going to rule it out just yet.
If you must know, there's rumors of an 18th century English translation of the Bhagavad Gita that I was following up on.
We'll get through this!
So, Andrasia, where did you say you were from?
No,
Something about her story just doesn't add up for me. Sarah was just regaling us with a story involving her and Vladimir that is clearly 100% fabricated.
If I may, I know our encounter with the hunter is the last thing anyone wants to talk about right now, but he said something that I can't get out of my mind.
But that didn't happen. She's here, with the artifact. He just goes weeks without seeing anyone. It would drive me crazy.
They can be anywhere, can't they? Embedded in a rock, or in the hands of an unsuspecting novelty goods trader? We should talk to the keeper.
We have all of them at our disposal, and I don't for 1 second believe they're mutually exclusive.
Plus what it would do to the mind? Enlightenment? Or oblivion? Like the hunter. Barrett! The book I left for you in your room is about the commonality of spiritual beliefs. Did you have a chance to read it?
But really, we can't get ahead of ourselves.
Treating an enemy like a fellow human being. There's nothing more difficult.
My dad pushing objects around with gravity powers. Now that would be something to see. We've lost people, Keeper. Unity. Do you remember that?
I think so. Maybe hope is a better word? Just some indication that there's a reason for all this? Hey, if the shoe fits!
Ah, right. Well, it's the one with the plugs and the little probe things that you clip on and... If you'll excuse me. You really think what I'm suggesting is so outlandish? All the phenomenon we see out in the stars and what I'm saying is the most impossible theory?
Never meant it to be taken completely literally, but you never know. Maybe they appeared in a form we're familiar with.
Keeper, when you talk about unity, well, does it mean anything else? Something secret? You're not, okay? Barrett saw something too, and believe me, if he was willing to admit to it, it was a big deal. You're right. Nothing to lose but time.
So, you don't think I can do it?
One doesn't approach the afterlife without some trepidation.
You're never gonna let it go, are you?
Actually, Walter has been complaining about you more than usual, which is always a sign when he's worried. The Keeper and I have some catching up to do. You go ahead.
I guess we're all waiting on you.
I suppose it's better that we do it than allow the Starborn to continue this game of theirs unchallenged. But they still showed up, didn't they? Isn't persistence a signature trait for an explorer? I know. Look, we all feel like we've been kicked into the ground 1,000,000 times over, but I think I have something. I'm serious. That sure lines up with everything else about these artifacts. It's all connected. Oh, I have the perfect text for you. It clears it all up. I'll leave it in your room when I have a moment.
Protect the artifacts! Yeah, I suppose. I'll try to not let it bother me. But no promises.
Or what Walter said. They were acting like a parent, worried their children are playing with something they don't understand. It's a long shot, but Keeper Aquilas might know something. After everything we've discovered, everything we've been through, everything we've lost, I'll meet you over there. Like a literal gift from the heavens. Time is not on our side.
Exactly. We can't forget what really makes us human.
All right. There's a chance that a 15th century edition of Aquinas' Summa Theologica is out there.
I've been asking a few questions in my spare time.
Thank you, sister. I needed to hear that.
What we mean is we think there's something in the Sanctum's teachings connected to what we've been investigating. You're not quite the angel I thought may have made the artifacts, but a miracle nevertheless. I was just gonna do some scans, and I was looking for, the thing. And maybe if I need a spotter.
It almost feels wrong to be grieving. Selfish. No amount of tears will bring the dead back.
Thank you. I know it's not much to go on, but something about this feels right. Is this what we were meant to learn out here? Could the unity... Could that be God? Or a way to reach him? I'll stay here with the Keeper. We need to catch up. And I wouldn't mind asking him a few more questions. Can you imagine potentially the greatest discovery in human history collecting dust? I'm glad I'm not the only one who's thinking it. There has to be a connection. Well, there was some overlap in interests. I'd spent years searching for religious relics from human history. No way! Good luck! There's certainly precedent, isn't there?
Is God real? The more proper question would be, is reality divine? Existence itself is a mystery which yearns to be uncovered.
I just think we should be open-minded. Keep everything on the table.
Walter was upstairs when he screamed. I went to check on them, and then the hunter appeared out of nowhere. I talk to the Keeper all the time, but suddenly I feel nervous.
Go ahead. You're the better explorer. Find whatever unity is.
You can feel it, can't you? The lodge just feels empty.
After a long talk, we realized we had a lot in common, and I was invited to join Constellation. Second one was on Kazal, buried the same as the one you found. If I drank, I would drink to that. You really aren't gonna let it go, are you? I'm so busy with our work here that I don't think about it much these days.
And yours too, brother. Look, I know it's the longest of shots and the biggest leap of faith I could ever ask us all to take, but why not talk to him?
I am deeply confused. I'm not gonna lie, I really wish I could have seen this for myself. It's hard to judge otherwise. I just wonder if it bothers him. Being up there all alone? I sure couldn't do it. I know it shouldn't be about me, but I keep thinking that I wish I'd felt the jump. My friend, I sent you a wonderful discussion about old Earth religious beliefs the other day. Planned this out real good, didn't you, Jade? The Freestar Rangers do the dirty work, and you get rid of a rival.
Unity. Did that Starborn say the word unity?
Okay, that's all right. Maybe you weren't supposed to. Maybe it'll make sense later.
Because he was stopping us, implying that we were getting closer to it.
I think about that too, but things involving humans may be flawed in translation, don't you think?
Huh? Oh, sorry. My mind was drifting away there.
An enigmatic group lunging from the darkness to protect forbidden knowledge. Did you have time to listen to it? I found it to be very enlightening.
I can't help but wonder where this all leads. It's all gotta mean something.
Get out of our home!
This is kinda awkward. Living through loss. Is there any part of life more painful?
Well, I suppose there was that one time, and then the other. What do you think? A little competition can't be that bad, can it? She still won't tell me, Sam. You said it, not me.
So, instead, I thought I would quote something that gave me comfort a long time ago.
Andrasia, thank goodness. We were worried.
What if the Starborn are right? What if our hunt for the artifacts is a fool's errand, doomed to failure and catastrophe? I don't want to dismiss your skepticism, but what do we have to lose? Not exactly.
It is so interesting to me that all sorts of people came to similar conclusions. You matter too. You've done something really significant bringing that artifact here. I'll concede it's a possibility, but it's only 1 in a million. As much as we'd like to, we can't jump to conclusions just yet.
I catch myself just staring at the collection sometimes, wondering what it all means.
I've asked where Andrasia comes from like 100 times, and she just will not even give me a hint.
I know. But
To have that experience, to feel that connection, to know that God is out there and has a plan for us. Come on, you know. I've asked Andreja where she came from and she just won't tell me. At all. I can't take it! Sorry there isn't time for longer introductions, but we need to see the artifact. I've been repeating it over and over in my head, like a mantra. If I don't, I know I'm gonna get carried away. Are you doing okay? I'm not sure anyone really asked yet. Don't want you to think we're focused on the artifacts and nothing else. It went quickly after you left.
I understand why you say that, but I think it's my own fault for not explaining better. Both you and Barrett saw something. I don't think that's a coincidence.
So it would follow that someone, or something, built them. Both the temples and the artifacts. That alone is... it's huge, isn't it? So you agree with them? Well, I'm gonna prove you all wrong. I knew we were onto something big with the artifacts, but this... it's beyond anything I could have imagined.
I love how similar themes about the goodness of humanity shine through in so many of these texts.
Right then. I'll just... go. Obviously, we don't know anything for certain, at least not yet, but there sure seems to be a connection between these temples and the artifacts.
I can't figure out if I'm overthinking, underthinking, or just thinking. I know. I had a cool outfit picked out and everything. You too. I know I'm flaking out at the end, but I'm glad I was a part of all this. Ever heard of a certain Solomon Coe, renowned explorer? He'd be spinning in his grave. And yours too, sister.
I thought I had a grip on the situation. I'm not so sure anymore. I suppose, though, that this is where it's up to me to rise to the challenge.
It all feels so senseless. I think I need to look for my answers here, in this universe. And I can't leave my parents. I know they would understand, but they're not getting any younger. It sounds like you're gonna demonstrate something?
You're gonna tell me it's a bad idea, too? Come on, seriously. She's beyond secretive. It's weird. So I tried to steal it back. In the process, I met Walter. Turned out he owned the corporation.
Ha! Anyway, it was good talking to you. Congratulations on your discoveries. And yours too, friend.
Yeah, I know. Thanks.
I'll make it. Get going.
Oh, come on. You know what I mean, right?
The thing. The one that has the screen with the dials. I know looking for God across the multiverse seems like the next logical step for us, but I can't help thinking about the Keeper's example.
I could use that reassurance right now.
What is goodness but a comparison to the good? What is existence but a participation in being?
Take care of yourself.
No, she figured that out a while ago. Had to adjust the pH levels in the soil. But, Keeper, I didn't come to catch up. Oh, Barrett, have you already read that text I sent you on the nature of the human soul? For where the diversity of the universe inspires awe and wonder, it exists only in contrast to a simplicity so pure that it may only be understood as primordial and even divine.
You're right. This is a lot to take in.
Seriously, Keeper, they bathe whoever reaches the center in a light, and then, well, the normal laws of the universe go completely haywire.
I hope Keeper Aquilus can help us. And then he doesn't think we're delusional. You're right. We have to see the unity for ourselves.
I'm not so sure. He seemed arrogant. He didn't care what we knew. It wasn't gonna matter.
Go on. The Keeper and I clearly need to talk. It's just easier to feel guilty.
Do you have a second, friend?
I think something's happened. Noelle was just talking to Vladimir. You okay?
I'll meet you there.
We'll get through this.
We owe it to Andreja.
Ask if you've got questions. Speak up if you have ideas. We're all here for the same reason.
We'll get through this. We owe it to Azami.
I'll stay here while you gather the other pilgrim stories.
Everyone is staying in their rooms a lot more lately. Guess we all need some time to process. I wish I could say something comforting right now. I've thought about it, and as much as I would love to see the unity the way Keeper Aquilus has experienced it, I'm not coming with you. Other universes exist, full of people. An infinite number of hopes and dreams.
Time and space will all bring us back together. One day. Never really seemed that important until now.
Well, it could be. But what have we got to lose? Generous of the Unity to wait. Although, I guess when you're the center of everything, does time even have meaning?
Let's head in.
All right, well, let's see what she says. Why would either of those things give the Discoverer visions and music? It's a message. I'm sure of it. It has to be, right? All of this is connected. We just need to figure out how and why. I find it to be truly fascinating how so many beliefs have so much in common. Don't you?
Thank you, friend. I needed to hear that.
Shall we talk to the Keeper? Thank you. I know this is probably coming as a surprise. It's just like the artifacts. The more we learn, the more we can start narrowing things down.
Oh. Did we both wander off there?
I got nothing, Sam. Nothing. She won't tell me. Did it feel like it was trying to tell you something? I don't want to necessarily use the words divine revelation, but, you know, if the label fits. No, ma'am. Wouldn't dream of it. Why don't we hear them out? We know next to nothing. We have everything to gain if they're telling the truth. Yes, I wouldn't mind a little more detail. What? It can't be. Have you talked to Vladimir recently? Face to face, I mean. Hey, you have a second? Sam and I were just having a, discussion, and I wanted someone else's input. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to shame either of you. Blame the workings of a worried mind. Hey, Barrett. We're just doing some scans on the artifacts. Have you seen the thing? A couple of scans from the eye. But it looks like you got there first. Shame on me for taking the scenic route, huh?
Keeper Aquilus, can we have a moment?
I just hope that this journey doesn't turn us into something that we wouldn't recognize from where we are now. I know, it's about commitment to each other, the universe, but the Grav Jump pilgrimages take universals all over. Maybe they know something? You know what? I just realized I completely overtook this whole conversation. This should be about you and Andrasia celebrating a win for the group. I had made a really incredible discovery, only to lose it to a greedy corporation.
Keeper, we were hoping to talk to you about Unity.
We'll get through this. We owe it to Sam. We'll get through this. We owe it to Barrett. Do you think this Hunter... He'll have powers too, won't he? No luck, Sam. I can't get it out of her. I think we're past the point of doubting, Walter. It's the argument I have with Walter every other week. Science and reason have their place, but so does faith. I thought maybe I would come up with something to say, but I've got nothing. Well, okay, fine. I had heard that Buddha's tooth may still exist. Was trying to find out if there's any truth to it. It's that moment that every universal lives for. When you're out there, grav jumping between the stars, and you just feel it. Well, since you did find the artifact, we're one step closer to figuring this all out. And we all got to meet you. I consider that a very good thing. Don't stop! Keep going! We've been operating for a while now on the fringes of what humans, know and understand. Why rule anything out? Neutrality? In a debate? I guess your side forfeits. There. Are you hearing this? Do you all believe me now? Time to see if Keeper Aquilus can help us. Built by an intelligence outside the settled systems. I think he's gone. Better stay on the move just in case. Wait. Say that again. Multiple universes? Okay. Well, let's see what they have to say about it. Bet you never expected to end up involved in something like this.
Go ahead. I need to talk to the Keeper some more. I just don't know what to say.
The Sanctum Universum isn't far. I'll meet you there. Oh, yeah? I'm just saying, we don't really know a lot about her. It's weird, right? But she still showed up, didn't she? Isn't persistence a signature trait for an explorer? You're with me, right? Science or dreams? Which one is the true muse of space exploration? You're doing great out there. Exactly. We're all friends here.
Why shouldn't we want to bring out the best in each other?
Hey, Barrett, I can't find the thing for scanning. Have you seen it?
I'll meet you at the sanctum.
I suppose someone could accuse us of mourning by way of guilt or forced apathy.
I know. And faith has always carried me through, but this feels different. It's harder.
You really think so? I can't wait to talk to the Keeper about this.